So, welcome to SakshiEducation.com. Today, we are going to discuss about the international current affairs of February 21 to 28. So, these international current affairs will begin with India ranking. So, India ranked 81st out of 180 countries in Global Corruption Perception Index 2018, which is being released by Transparency International. And this Transparency International report says that the highest corruption country is Somalia and the least corruption country is Norway, and India stands at 81st out of 180 countries. India contributed $1 million for Tonga. So, Tonga Islands is there in the South Pacific Ocean, in the Polynesia region of the earth. So, we can find this above the north of Australia. So, Tonga, Fiji, Vanuatu, Tuvalu, these are the small islands, these are the small scattered islands where we can find, and also find Indian origin people. So, Indian ethnicity or Indian diaspora people in these regions. So, to provide financial aid for mitigation environmental factors. So, India has contributed nearly $1 million crores to the Tonga for rehabilitation works, and recently Tonga has hit by a tropical cyclone called Geeta. So, this tropical cyclone Geeta has devastated the Tonga. For rehabilitation works, India has offered this $1 million to Tonga. So, cyclone Geeta is nowhere related to India, it is nowhere related to Indian coast, it is related to Tonga region, Tonga Island in the Pacific Ocean. So, India allocated fund under United Nations Development Partnership Fund for Rehabilitation of UNO. And coming to Tonga again, Tonga's capital city is Nuku'alofa and currency is Panga, and it is having a parliamentary type of government where the Prime Minister of Tonga is Akilisi Poliwa. And another initiative here is China has been elected as the Vice President of Financial Action Task Force on 23rd February 2018, and this Financial Action Task Force plenary meeting was held in Paris of France, where the FATF, Financial Action Task Force, will fight against the terror financing and money laundering. And again the another initiative here is Tapi gas pipeline. So, Tapi, remember Tapi gas pipeline, which is very important for examination point of view. At least you will find this Tapi in any of the examinations, maybe bank or SSC or railways or groups examinations of TSPSC or APPSC. Okay, they will ask you full form of Tapi, what is Tapi related to, TAPI related to, or what are the countries associated with this Tapi, and from where this Tapi gas pipeline is being introduced, and to which place the regions are connected, and what is the length of this Tapi. Okay, these kinds of questions are being seen every year in any of the competitive examinations. So, again this Tapi pipeline has come into picture in the year 2018 of February. So, we need to highlight the issues of Tapi gas pipeline once again. So, Tapi stands for Turkmenistan, Afghanistan, Pakistan, India gas pipeline, and this pipeline which carries the gas, okay, is a length of nearly 1814 kilometers, 1814 kilometers, which is constructed by these Tapi countries with the financial aid supported by ADB, Asian Development Bank. The initial estimated cost of this Tapi gas pipeline was $6 billion, and now it is being expected up to nearly $10 billions, which is being supported by ADB. And recently Turkmenistan has approved nearly 8 billion. So, it has estimated 8 billion, okay, and the Tapi gas line pipeline starts from Galkinch gas field. It carries gas from this Turkmenistan, Afghanistan and Pakistan, Multan, along the via Multan to India. So, it ends at Fazilka of Punjab in Pakistan. So, remember this Galkinch gas pipeline fields to Fazilka. So, total is 1814 kilometers of gas pipeline to be carried to India from Turkmenistan. Of course, in between Afghanistan, Pakistan is also supporting for this construction of gas fields, and there is a possibility that the gas is being distributed to these countries also. So, this is an agreement, and this dream of India to get gas pipeline from this Galkinch gas field is initiated from 1995. So, since 1995 this Tapi gas pipeline is in news. So, sometimes it stops due to war between India and Pakistan, okay, or clashes between Afghanistan and Pakistan. So, and again recently this construction of gas pipeline was started from 2015 onwards, when Narendra Modi has initiated again the construction of this gas pipeline from this Galkinch gas field of Turkmenistan, and it is estimated that this Tapi gas pipeline to be completed by 2019. Next, another report where India ranks 47 out of 86 in Inclusive Internet Index 2018, and this Inclusive Internet Index is being published by the Economist Intelligence Unit of Facebook. According to this, Sweden tops the list, and North Korea and South Korea is standing at the last position. So, at the 86th position. And in the international affairs, another major initiative is NHRC, that is National Human Rights Commission. This NHRC has retained its A status of accreditation with Global Alliance of National Human Rights Institutions. So, in simple it is called as GANHRI, GANHRI. So, Global National Human Rights Institution has accredited NHRC, National Human Rights Commission, with A status. So, A status is given for the 4th consecutive year. So, India is continuously is accredited with A status since 4 consecutive years, and it empowers NHRC to participate in the development of human rights issues along with this Global Alliance of National Human Rights Institutions. And coming to NHRC, NHRC was established in the year 1993 with headquarters in New Delhi, and the chairman of NHRC is H.L. Dattu, the former CJI of India. So, it is mandatory that ex-CJI of India, that is Supreme Court, should be the chairman of NHRC. Next, India International Textile Expo, in short it is said as IIT Expo, EXPO 2018, which was held in Colombo of Sri Lanka, and this is organized by Ministry of Textile along with Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So, both ministries are involved in organizing this India International Textile Expo in Colombo of Sri Lanka, and this is being inaugurated by Sri Lanka Minister Sharath Anumugama. This IIT Expo 2018 is being inaugurated by Sri Lankan Minister Sharath Amanugama, and for the first time Saudi Arabia has initiated or hosted Jazz Festival in Riyadh of Saudi Arabia in February 2018. That is which is organized between 22nd to 24th of February 2018, and this Groovy Jazz Festival is conducted for the first time in Riyadh with nearly 2000 delegates or people participating in it, and it is being organized by Time Entertainment. So, these are the very important current affairs which there is a possibility of appearing in the competitive examinations. And coming to persons in news. So, who are the persons in news who made the news for the last 21st to 28th of February 2018. So, first we start with Samina Baig. Samina Baig is a mountaineer who has scaled Mount Everest recently, and she is the first woman from Pakistan to scale the Mount Everest, and she was made as the Goodwill Ambassador by UNDP. So, United Nations Development Program has appointed this Samina Baig as the Goodwill Ambassador to Pakistan. So, she is, remember, she is a mountaineer and she has scaled the Mount Everest, and she was the first woman from Pakistan to scale the Mount Everest, and she is Samina Baig. Next, on 24th February 2018, Sridevi. So, the renowned veteran actress, the Bollywood star Sridevi has passed away in a hotel room in Dubai. So, she has died due to cardiac arrest in Dubai itself. Next, Rahul Mahajan, a TV reporter and renowned editor-in-chief of Prasar Bharati, was appointed as chairman of Rajya Sabha TV, and he will also act as the chief in editor of Rajya Sabha TV. So, remember, Rajya Sabha TV or Lok Sabha TV is one of the TVs organized by Doordarshan, and he is being appointed by Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu. So, Rajya Sabha TV is under the control of Rajya Sabha. So, Rajya Sabha chairman is the Vice President of India. So, M. Venkaiah Naidu, he has appointed this Rahul Mahajan as the new editor-in-chief of Rajya Sabha TV. So, he is not appointed by the parliament, he is not appointed by the President of India, or not appointed by the Prime Minister of India or any other cabinet committee. So, he is being appointed by the M. Venkaiah Naidu, the Vice President of India, who is also chairman for the Rajya Sabha. Next, we can see the new Deputy Prime Minister for Australia is being appointed. So, Michael McCormack. So, Michael McCormack is being appointed as the new Deputy Prime Minister of Australia. So, after the resignation submitted by Barnaby Joyce. So, Barnaby Joyce was the ex-Deputy Prime Minister of Australia who has submitted his resignation, and the present Prime Minister of Australia is Malcolm Turnbull, and Australia is in the southeast of India, which is in the Pacific Ocean, with the capital Canberra and the currency dollar, Australian dollars. And the last one in persons of news is on 28th February, the last working day of the February, Kanchi Mutt head Sri Jayendra Saraswati has passed away. So, he was the 69th head of this Kanchi Mutt, who has passed on 28th February 2018, and this Kanchi Mutt is in Tamil Nadu, the Kanchipuram of Tamil Nadu. So, these are the persons in news, like you can remember these people who are in news, who are the makers of the news. So, coming to sports, Global 2020 Canada. So, this Global 2020, that is T20 Canada, is the first franchisee of Canada, which is based as 2020 League, which is being announced in New Delhi. Remember, Global T20 Canada is announced in New Delhi, and it is being developed and managed, also designed by Mercury Group of Cricket India. So, this is the first time that Canada is going to launch the T20, which is known as Global T20 Canada. And badminton champion Parupalli Kashyap has won men's single title in Austria Open Championship, and this Austrian Open International Championship was held in Vienna of Austria. So, Parupalli Kashyap, remember, he is a badminton champion. Next, Aruna Buddha Reddy, Miss Aruna Buddha Reddy, the first woman gymnastic to win an individual medal in Gymnastic World Cup by bagging the bronze medal. So, she is the first individual medal winner in Gymnastic World Cup. So, Aruna Buddha Reddy in the women's category, which was held in Melbourne of Australia. Next, and recently Winter Olympics was held in South Korea. So, this Pyongyang Winter Olympics 2018 was held from 9th to 23rd February of 2018, where Norway has topped the medalist by winning 14 gold, 14 silver and 11 bronze. So, we will highlight this Winter Olympics in the examination also. Next, coming to awards and honors, BAFTA Awards, BAFTA, British Academy Film Awards. So, these BAFTA Awards are announced in the February 2018 in London. So, the best film is drama film, and most nominations of BAFTA went to The Shape of the Water, and most number of awards have been won by 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri. So, the most of the awards have been won by 3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, and the most number of nominations went to The Shape of the Water. And another, coming to another awards, that is sports awards, Laureus World Sportsman of the Year and Comeback of the Year Sportsman Award went to Comeback of the Year 2018 award goes to Roger Federer of Switzerland. So, this tennis champion from Switzerland has won this Comeback Year of the Award as well as Laureus World Sportsman of the Year Award 2018. So, this is given during the World Sports Awards, which is held in Monaco, and in the same event Sports Woman of the Year was given to Serena Williams of USA. So, she is a tennis star from USA, Serena Williams. And coming to important days. So, these important days, we have 3 important days in the month of February 21 to 28. The 21st is International Mother Language Day. This International Mother Language Day is being organized by UNESCO. It observes that mother languages should be saved, and UNESCO celebrates it since 1999 onwards. So, UNESCO stands for United Nations Education for Scientific and Cultural Organization. And next, on 24th of February, Central Excise Day is being observed. So, this is to mark enactment of central and salt tax since 1944. So, CBEC, Central Board of Excise and Customs, so which was brought or set up in the year 1944 before independence itself. And on 28th February, National Science Day is being organized. So, this is to mark, to celebrate Sir C.V. Raman's effect of light, and he won the Nobel Prize in Physics. And 2018 theme for National Science Day is Science and Technology for Sustainable Future. So, this theme is very important, and the last working day of February 28th of February marks National Science Day. So, this is all the news of last 21 to 28th of February 2018. Thank you.